Hello YouTube, it is Chris here, and in today's episode, we got Battlbox, and woo! We have some crap to unpack. Alright, so this is Battlbox Mission 44, and just like the other 73 freaking YouTube channels that are going to be reviewing this, I'm going to actually break it down. Alright, so this is the mission breakdown card, as you guys can see, and it actually says that this month is a $300 value. Oh, that's a joke if I've ever heard it. Alright, so going through, basic box, we get it. But we have a whole bunch of freaking weird items. Like this right here is actually one of the better ones. This is the complete guide to wild edible plants, even though that's backwards, done by the Department of Army. But as you go through and look at these photos are horrid. For someone trying to go through and look at these outdated photos from like 1993, they're not going to be able to find a whole lot of exact lookalikes from like hackberries and other plants out here. My big issue is this book is good for the beginner, but there are better books for around the same price, like the actual Idiot's Guide to Foraging from Meriwether and all these other books. There's Foraging Texas and specific states they could have done. But this is not a bad way to start. However, for $11, there are still better options out there that have better images. They show the mimics. They show recipes. There's just a more complete guide. I think for the money, if they would have done a little research, they could have done better. However, like I said, for beginners, this isn't bad. All right, this is a bag of chaga mushrooms. Now, if you go on Amazon, you can find these. You can find 8 ounces, 4 ounces, 16 ounces. You can find big containers. Now, these are actually kind of expensive because you can use them as a fire starter, edible for tea. You can use it for a lot of reasons. Chaga mushrooms are pretty freaking awesome. There's a lot of benefits to having them. But for us, as far as I know, we don't have access to them in Texas. So being able to have access and play around with them is going to be a lot of fun. All right, next up is another bandana this month by WAZOO Survival Gear. Now, as far as Battlbox subscribers go, I can understand your frustration with getting another bandana from the same company in 3 months' time. Now, excuse the wind, but this is actually pretty cool. We're going to have some overlay footage of this, but this actually has a full breakdown of medicinal, edible, poisonous plants that you can find with all of their scientific names, what you can use them for, how to break everything down, and there's these little symbols, like a key in the center that shows you if it's medicinal, caloric is good for a fire starter, good carbohydrates, don't eat, stay away from, caution, all that good stuff, and how to prepare each meal. So as far as the knowledge base to keep on you, it's actually pretty cool, but I can totally understand why you'd be sick and tired of a second bandana in 3 months. All right, the next item is wild edible plants playing cards. It's cool. It's definitely a filler item. Let's not even try to pull any punches here. For a bushcrafting box, they could have done way better overall as far as the theme goes, especially with all the different types of companies and gear, things like the Hidden Woodsman, messing with heavy cover, all of the big name brands that we associate with bushcrafting. But this is still kind of neat. This playing cards got some wild edibles on there. You play with your kids, you can practice. It gives them a way to get familiar with it while also just having fun and playing cards. So if you take your kids camping. All right, and last but not least in the basic box, we have edible bugs. Battlbox, I'm not even trying to be mean, but are you fucking kidding me?
Pow! Because I kept killing him with a little
But they basically said that this farmhand knife and trail bag, that this is a $40 knife, and this is basically a $25 to $30 foraging bag. And you can go online for $25-30 on Amazon from VanQuest and other companies and find foraging bags like twice as big and much more useful for the same amount of money. And I don't understand why Battlbox chose some of the items they did. I'm okay with a foraging bag, but I think they could have gone a bigger, more robust one, because if you're looking for things to forage, either for edibles or you're trying to create fire tinder and you're using a bag like this to kind of keep on your belt because it's convenient, there are much bigger ones for a very relative price point at the exact same quality level, in my personal opinion. And then this final item is the farmhand knife. Now, I found a bunch of similar ones. They're telling me this is a $40 knife. I have no idea what the steel is. I have no concept of the quality. It does feel decent though. It's nice and secure. It is really, really, really super sharp, and it's a decent knife. I don't know if it'd be worth 40 bucks given the fact that for case knives is a really good comparison. They have a lot of similar knife designs to this. You can find them online for anywhere between like 10, 16, 25, even $30 and find really, really nice knives. But next we're in the Pro package. This is a canvas log carrier. These do exist, it's not a joke. You're not being trolled. But they're saying that this thing is a $50 log carrier for basically a big rectangular shaped piece of canvas that has been waxed and leather straps. Now, if you go on Amazon, you'll be able to find extremely similar ones with the exact same quality, anywhere between $19 and $25. And if you type in log carrier bag on Amazon, you'll find them with the exact same thickness. Go buy one, I guarantee they're the exact same quality. I've had friends who's bought them, and this 50 bucks, 50. There's some serious issues with the overall overstated value of this, so I can't, because I know that 95% of all of the freaking canvas bags that are out there are only worth 25 bucks, I'm only going to give this a $25 value. In the Pro package, like I said, it sounds like I'm being extremely critical, but there are a lot of useful items in this box. I do like them. I will find myself using the playing cards. I probably would use the foraging bag and the knife. I think the book and the bandana are extremely useful for a lot of the things that I do day in and day out on my channel with my family, going out all the time. But I have to think of this as a customer who goes, okay, I spent 100 bucks, 150 bucks, 50 bucks a month for survival and tactical gear, or now it's survival and outdoors. They're trying to be very different now. But I'm just not feeling like there's a value there. If you take a lot of these items away that are fillers and people would be upset with, and all this stuff, or something that people in certain regions or certain customers don't find useful, this mystery box is extremely lacking. I can understand a ferocious level of frustration. But like I said, I'm tempering that with, I personally could find a lot of uses for quite a few of these things. So the last item right here is the Mora 511. I love the Mora 511. It doesn't come with a 90-degree spine, but you take a little bit of a file on it for like 10 minutes and you'd be good to go. And then we have the knife of the month, Pro Plus. I'm usually excited about it, and this month I am not. I am a stickler because I am a knife designer. I have a lot of friends who are knife makers, and I love me some knives. So in outward appearance, and there's going to be people that are going to jump down in the comments of this video going, Chris, you're a dick. You're being a snob. No, I'm going to provide some overlay footage and show you a lot of the discrepancies, and I'm going to show you knives that are about half this price that are way better. The steel is just as good. The fit and finish is way better. Now, the sheath on it is pretty cool. It's very thin. It's very supple. It possibly could be fake leather, but it is what it is. I have no idea what country that is. If anybody knows that flag, please let me know. So, this is the Kudeman knife. It does feel pretty good in the hand. It does come sharp. It seems kind of solid. But there's a lot of issues with the fit and finish. It's kind of dirty for being a brand new knife, and it looks like it was slapped together. Now, Battlbox is saying that this is a $130 knife, but you can go on Amazon right now and find it for $90. So there's a $40 discrepancy automatically there, but for $90, I'm not gonna lie, I would never buy this knife on my own. For $90, there are a lot of good options. I would have actually, there are Schrade knives, and I think Schrade's pretty junky, which that could piss a few people off too. But I truly feel that there are Schrade knives with better fit and finish and better production quality for like 15, 20 bucks. And I don't know why I don't see things like Essie, Fox knives, LT Wright, tops. This Bushcraft box would have been amazing to put tops in. I think that would have rounded out everything and would have made people super happy. But Kudeman is kind of like a no name that I've never heard of before. This is literally my first exposure to them out of the 10 plus years being a knife nut. And the fit and finish is not something I had come to expect from a knife of the Pro Plus knife of the month. So all in all, this is the breakdown for Battlbox Mission 44, the Better Home and Gardens box. I'm kidding, this is the Bushcraft box. Like I said, for me personally, I can totally see, I'm super thankful I got 3 knives. I'm gonna be playing around with this one. I will be fair and give this one a whirl. But there are a lot of things in here I can understand that are filler. This is filler. Let's be honest, this is bullcrap. Playing cards, technically still filler. And the chaga mushrooms and the bandana, to a lot of people, will be split. It'll be very, very, very divisive whether people are gonna find that as filler or not. So it is what it is, but there's definitely a huge bundle of 3 filler items here, and these are subjective whether people really give a crap about this or not. So we'll say the majority of people will find these items that are left over the most valuable. And when you take the overinflated price of the canvas bag and the overinflated price of this knife, and then you take away everything else, you're looking at still technically getting your money's worth. But it's one of those things that, yes, you could sell it and find friends and gift it and hold on to and sell and do all this kind of stuff. But for someone who's spending $150 a month from what we're used to seeing for the past 3.5, almost 4 years from Battlebox, I'm actually truly disappointed. If I was buying this myself, would I be overjoyed? And the fact that I'm actually not overjoyed and I didn't pay a lick for this box, I'm going, how must someone else feel who spent $150? So I'm seeing a trend of Battlebox going from being the king big stick out there who's used to having the biggest, the baddest, and the best to not really exciting people the way they used to. That just about does it for the overview, the review, and the unboxing of Battlebox Mission 44. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give this video a big thumbs up and share this out with your friends and family in your social media networks so we can keep growing, thriving, and making awesome videos for you guys. But that just about does it for now. Hope you guys have an absolute wonderful day. I'm out.